February 16th, 1999, a company gets founded by Randy Pitchford, Brian Martell, Stephen Ball, Landon Montgomery, and Rob. I'm not saying his last name, that's too hard for me. Their company was called Gearbox. Formerly, they worked at the company Rebel Boat Rocker, which was a game company that never even released their first game, because their publisher, EA, pulled the plug on it for not progressing the way that they wanted. Then one day, Gearbox gets an offer by a different game company, named Valve, to create an expansion pack for their game, Half-Life. After brainstorming and coding the game, they released it on November 19th, 1999, and that game was... So let's cut to the chase and talk about Opposing Force. The game begins at the barracks. A drill instructor, Dwight T. Barnes, yells at us because drill instructor. He notices us in particular and walks to us. He asks us what our name is, and I respond with DIRTBAG! Well, in the game world we do respond even though the player doesn't hear anything. We respond by telling him our name is Corporal Adrian Shepard. And he comments something. Seems your name was mysteriously bumped to the top of the advanced training list! So either two things. One, someone changed our names around to make us be at the top. Or two, our father is the general here and we are a spoiled brat that doesn't have to work for anything in life and we are... Anyways, he tells us that we have to go to the training center to drill instructor Sharp to learn the ways of the HECU. Yup, that is right, we're the bad guys. We are the ones who were hunting Gordon down in Half-Life 1, which I also made a video about, please watch, please. So I go through the hallway and, oh my god, that door says head, I have to go inside. We go outside and, hold on, is that the G-Man over there? If you don't know him, seriously, watch the Half-Life video and then come back. I will be here, waiting. Okay, welcome back. We go into the training center and we see the armor that we will be wearing for the entirety of the game. The PCV, also known as the Powered Combat Vest, basically the HEV suit, but lower quality. The only upside to this though is that we don't only have to use government issued armor charging unit. We can also use the HEV charging station and the Ohms Power Inc. charger. What the hell is Ohms Power Inc? Seriously, I think this is the only mention of this company. We test out the damage resistance.
As you can see, you are not dead!
No way, really? I thought this was heaven. I thought I already died, bro. We then go through a simulation of things that will not kill us if we have a fully charged PCV. The Marines really believe that we won't die, and they are correct. We then test out our night vision goggles, and then go through a training course for movement and... Hey wait. Those are actual ropes! Look, Adrian, ropes! We can use these to climb over walls. They are pretty clunky in my opinion and hard to control, but hey, these were the early 2000s. A game being easy to control was not at the top of their list. We then have to survive gunshots and explosions. Can people who served in the military confirm you had to train like this? Almost die before you could get to the front line? We then test out the Desert Eagle, which is one of many new weapons in the game. It even has laser sights. And then we test out the sniper rifle, an M40A1 sniper rifle, to be exact. And because I am insane, I killed a drill instructor. The footage of me failing to use this weapon is very long, so I'm skipping over it. You don't want to see how terrible I am with a sniper rifle. We then learn of the squad mechanics. There are the normal soldiers, and there are the two good ones, the engineer.
Dispenser going up!
And the medic. The engineer can open doors with his blowtorch, and the medic can heal people. Pretty easy to understand, and yeah, we're done with the training. I hope we don't have to do a mission like after the short training, since learning how to be a soldier can take a quite long. The game actually begins, and we're in a military helicopter with our squad. Outside, we can see other helicopters. The squad is joking around, but some are questioning what kind of mission this is. Some say it's a training mission, and Adrian is 22 years old? What? Outside, we see an alien aircraft blow an entire helicopter up. Chaos ensues, and we get shot down by an alien aircraft. When we do wake up, we see some of our fellow soldiers die by guns and alien aircraft, and then we pass out again. One medic saves us, and then we truly wake up and see a scientist try to do CPR on a HEU grunt. Don't mind the model change. Half-Life had new models made for the PS2 port that you can toggle on or off. And I toggle it off because I like the original models. He saved our life, so we go and see scientists helping the grunts, and we see a scientist get killed by a zombie. We then go and grab our PCV suit and find a security officer called Otis. He opens the door for us while commentating that he heard that the HECU is not here to save them, but rather to kill them. Yeah, that's crazy. We definitely won't do that. We go through the door and find a pipe wrench on the ground. The pipe wrench has two attacks, a simple melee attack and a melee attack where you hold it over your head and then hit someone harder. For that one you need to hold the right mouse button and then let go. We use it in this laser puzzle to break a reflecting glass that is reflecting a laser above the stairs. And then, while we are walking through the hallway, headcrabs spawn! Yay! After continuing on our journey, we see a security officer talking with the G-Man, but we can't hear anything that they are saying. We then arrive outside and have to parkour our way to the bridge, and we find next to a Vortigaunt a combat knife. This is faster than the pipe wrench and more useful. Sorry, pipe wrench. Wow, 2 melee weapons! I will definitely use both of them. Sarcasm, the use of irony to mock or convey contempt. Anyways, we kill a headcrab with our knife, and then we have to crawl through a hole, where we see our shot down helicopter and our dead soldier bodies. We first have to turn off the electricity that is going through the helicopter. So we go to this electrical station where Otis is like, yo, don't worry, I will help you. And then he dies due to the electrified fence around the area. So we have to go through a vent and turn off the electricity. But while there, we find the Desert Eagle, dropped by a dead HECU soldier. While we are going back to the helicopter, a Vortigaunt spawns, but I kill him instantly with the Desert Eagle. The Desert Eagle is basically this game's 3.75 Magnum. We then find a radio where we establish contact with different HECU soldiers, and they are telling us to pull out. So basically, if we were all ready to make a timeline, we arrive somewhere around chapter Surface Tension and forget about Freeman. We then have to crawl down a pipe, and we see barnacles, who we instantly kill. I think we are somewhere around the dam, but I am not quite sure. We then see a Vortigaunt standing next to a HECU corpse. When we kill the Vort, we find a shotgun. I love shotguns! After killing some more Vorts, we find this section filled with radiation and everything immediately starts exploding due to electricity. We almost die here, but the G-Man saves our life. Could he be possibly planning something with us? We then have to use a conveyor to go to the next section, where we have to jump through a hole into a pipe filled with water, where we almost die, which is not good. And then we have to swim around until we arrive at this section, where there is a robot loader. We have to help him load a box, and we do that by shooting an explosive crate right next to him, which does not damage him in any way. How? We then can turn on the sewage overflow control. We do that so that we could walk without being filled with radiation. I open up this door and find an elevator, where when we get to the top, we see hound eyes and a tram. We get on the tram by pushing this board and jumping inside. Imagine this starts another chat. The tram continues on its journey, and we see a scientist almost get killed by a Vort, but we save him just in time, only to get killed by a different Vort. We then arrive at the station platform, where there are more scientists and security officers. After the door opens, we find another weapon, the Glock. Nothing changed from Half-Life 1. The same exact Glock. We see Otis trying to get a candy from a vending machine, and he asks us for a quarter. We then have to kill more zombies, this time with security officer Otis, and we climb up some stairs to see the control room, where a security officer and scientist are talking. And then an alien spawns inside of the control room, but the scientist says that he has never seen this type of alien before. It shoots weird electric bullets that kill the security officer, And then we see it. This is a new alien added to a Half-Life opposing force. After climbing through the window, we arrive at this rising platform, where we can see some of our squad members be killed by Vortigons, but their sacrifice was not useless, as we could pick up an SMG. Yay! We climb through a vent, and then another vent, and then arrive at where the rest of the soldiers are. And we can see a soldier sending a message to Cooper, the same message we heard in the Half-Life video. So yeah, I guess we are pulling out. This was such a short game, like they could have made it longer, but no, we're now leaving. We see a soldier beating up a scientist for not knowing where Gordon Freeman is. We climb through a vent and try to go outside to the helicopter, but the door slowly closes, and we see that G-Man just looking at us and then walk away. And then they fly away! What? Bastard! So we are stuck here for a while longer. We continue climbing around until we arrive at this flooded office, where we almost get shocked to death, but we manage to survive that ordeal by climbing up again, making sure to not stand on the panels that can break. We then arrive at this fan unit. After carefully climbing the fan unit, I have to walk through the smoke to arrive at this other unit, where we must carefully walk without being killed by a fan. There is a fan that only has one blade, and under the fan there is an open vent which we can go through. We then arrive at this section, where for some reason Black Mesa is testing out fire. I kill a headcrab and what is that? What the heck? That is a gnome. Basically, the longer you have a headcrab on your head, the faster you turn into a gnome. I then climb through a vent and have to dodge fire being shot out, and I find 2 gnomes, and a zombie, which I kill. This zombie has a HECU outfit. Yeah, not interesting. We then have to obstruct the test flame by putting an explosive there. You can't tell me what to do, sign! After testing the fire, a hole opens up, and we have to walk on some pipes, and oh look, another vent. And we are in a cave now, and we see a HECU grunt who is slowly dying. And his last words are basically, bro, get out of here. We then go to the second storage area. Let me open up this garage door. What is that? You remember how I said that there are some new aliens in this game? Well, this is a pit drone, and it is a Race X enemy. What's Race X? Well, quoting the Combine Overwiki, Race X is a mysterious alien race appearing in Black Mesa Research Facility late in the Black Mesa incident, a few hours before Gordon Freeman teleports us in. They serve as one of the main antagonists of Half-Life opposing force. Also, just so you know, the main writer for Half-Life, Mark Laidlaw, supposedly said in an unconfirmed email that he considers them non-canon. Anyways, I have an RPG now. We arrive here at the elevators where a scientist is hiding behind a table.
I don't know what's worse. You soldiers under orders to silence the facility or these vile aliens.
Yeah, so I shoot him dead with an RPG. Anyways, we have to turn off the electricity for this section. After doing that, we can now climb a rope and jump on an elevator without getting killed. We then arrive at this office section, where I have to move a box to a vent. And then the vent breaks due to a Bull Squid and HEU grunt fight. I was so confused on how to get to the other side. Turns out you have to push the box you used for the vent to jump over this garbage can. What the fuck? I then explode an office to be able to get the box to a different vent. After climbing to the other side, I see... Is that guy okay? Well, I continue and I see a scientist who is hiding. I then turn off the power to climb up this electrical wire, where I can hear grunts, so I go to the radio and contact them. Wow, everything seems to be turning up. So the engineer opens the maintenance door, and I lead the engineer to open the door to the elevator. After he does that, we go to the elevator. We then have to kill Vortigons, and one of my soldiers dies due to an alien grunt. And maybe some friendly fire, but we don't talk about that. While I was gone, the engineer opened the door for no reason. But hey, he is my last soldier, so I guess I gotta bring him with me. We then walk into a Vortigon meeting where they are presenting their new business ideas. We then hear a loud explosion and walk into an office where we can see that Gordon is Employee of the Month. Guess that explains why he was the one who pushed the cart. Anyways, I leave my soldier behind and then arrive here, where I skillfully shoot an explosive crate and swing on the ropes, and we find some ammo and another radio, where we can hear that soldiers are under attack.
Mayday, anyone copy? This is Tango Charlie 409, and we are under attack.
Dang, even the Black Ops want us silenced. Then we find the medic, who tells us we need an engineer to open a door, and we might find Gordon there. I go shoot a turret and some explosives that are on a wall. Then I climb through a vent and I hear two male Black Ops grunts talking. One of them mentions delivering a package, and I kill them because I can't handle criticism. And I open this garage door where an engineer is laying on the ground asking for a medic. After killing all the Black Ops, I bring the medic to the engineer and he heals him. And then the engineer opens a door for us, where we get ambushed by a turret. And then for some reason the medic decides he hates me, so he starts blasting for no reason. After reloading, the medic doesn't kill me this time, and we meet more grunts. Yay!
Nobody told us about black operations in the mission brief. Yeah, I mean, we're all on the same team, right?
Does he know? We then have to kill some female assassins and one of our soldiers dies, but he drops a weapon that's pretty good. The M249 squad automatic weapon. It is really good, but its ammo is pretty rare. After all of my team members die, RIP, I get to the train court, where I have to defend myself from the Black Ops. I then open a door and ride around until I get stopped by a Black Ops soldier behind a defense wall. After killing him, I find this room and climb up into a vent, and we hear something.
It's ready! You must go! Now!
After healing ourselves, we see him, the Freeman. Jump into the portal just like in Half-Life 1. And there are also alien controllers here. We get to see what happened after we jump through the portal and see chaos happen. We then have to go through a portal to go to Zen. After arriving there, we find a displacer cannon dropped by a scientist. The displacer cannon basically is a weapon that sends aliens to Zen, and it also teleports you to Zen. After jumping through a portal, we arrive at an elevator. We go down and find this lab. Walking around, we see this is the hydrofauna section, where they test out things with water, I guess. There is a scientist trapped here, but we free him by teleporting him back. He then opens a door for us. How nice of him. We then go around and find another locked door, but before we open that, we kill some more pet drones who are in the ceiling. Do you have a pet drone infestation? Well, then just call Shepherd Vermin Exterminator. We guarantee to kill vermin so that they never come back again. Anyways, the scientist then Oh no, I just accidentally killed this guy. Oh no. So I crawl through the ceiling to get to the other side, and we get to this device, where I press a button, and then things start going wrong. Oh man, this is just as bad as Gordon's first day. We wake up in water and swim up to an exit hole. After killing one of the zombies, the other one looks at me with shame. I then open up a vent, and am again in water. I then try out the displacer cannon for the first time. I then turn this valve to let the... I'm not saying his name again. I'm not doing that. No, I'm not gonna do that. I let him free, only to use the displacer cannon to send him back to Zen. We then have to shoot this electrical panel to shut off the electricity. And we have to visit this lab where we see this weird alien with a gun. That is a shock trooper. This guy drops a shock roach, which we can use to shock other people, and it has infinite ammo. Also, the shock roach sometimes acts like a headcrab, which is annoying. I then find this different Zen portal and go through this airtight pipe, where there is actually a hole. I then have to kill 2 Ichi souls, and I find a grate above this section, so I go through the grate and... We climb up these electrical things, and we are now in the biodome facility. We see outside of this hallway green outdoors, where Black Mesa likely looked at how aliens would behave outside. I go to the end of this hallway, and the door is locked. And then some pit drones and a shock trooper ambush me, and then that shock roach kills me. Like, what the hell? Anyways, the glass has broken, and now we can go to the observation area. What is that? That's a Voltigore. Large and pretty strong, but the displacement cannon beats all, so skill issue. We get on this rising platform and arrive in this lab, where they seemingly were researching Zen aliens. We also find Snarks here. Yay! We break the glass of this broken elevator and climb out of the elevator to climb a ladder. Then we have to strategically land on the glass door, which I do on my first try. After landing on the door, we find a hallway where outside of the glass area we can see some sort of nature area. I then go on an elevator, which on my first playthrough for some reason glued me on the ground. I was literally stuck here. I didn't know how to get out of this frozen state. I tried to find the debug console, but I couldn't find it anywhere. But then thankfully crouching saved the day. Anyways, pit drones. I didn't break this glass because, well, I like breaking glass. I used this chair to climb to the vent, and in this vent there are snarks, which try to kill me. Literally an infestation. I have never experienced more fear in my life before this. But then I used snarks to kill those enemies down there, and they actually killed them. This is my first time in my life. They actually were a usable weapon. I then go to a healing pool to heal myself. I open this door and we find an alien on the ground. This is the spore launcher. It uses, you guessed it, spores to kill enemies. It's basically a flesh rocket launcher. Oh look, a gnome. Let me just test out the weapon. The ammo is also rare for this weapon.
You see that floating glowing thing? That PNG? That is a sprite.
I won't bother doing that wiki scroll thing because I find them boring. We then find this room filled with hound eyes. After killing them, we turn on this hologram where Albert over here tells us that the creatures can only latch onto organic materials. He would research more, but the administrator told him he has to go to the anomalous materials laboratory. What creature does he mean? Well, he means the barnacle. Yes, we can now use barnacles to grab stuff. Now we can use it as a rope to go over gaps. Look, Adrian, ropes! But only if there's Zen fauna. We then get to test it out here and kill some more pit drones. I love barnacles! Then we walk into the barnacle room, where there are mostly more barnacles. We then go up and get ambushed by pit drones and a shock trooper. After healing ourselves, we go to an elevator and go up, and there are more pit drones. How wonderful! And a shock trooper. We go then back where we killed the first shock trooper and open some crates. Then we go through a door and oh yeah, tentacles are back. I used the barnacle to get through that hole, and then we have to walk through a vent where we find another radio and we hear soldiers talking about how they need backup in the waste sector because there is some sort of worm there. We then turn off the electricity here to make the fan stop moving. While we crawl in the vent behind the fan, we quickly slide down and get stuck 2 times. I swear, someone didn't check the physics of this game. Anyways, after actually sliding down, we climb up a ladder, and then we see it, the pit worm. It shoots laser through its eye and makes weird bird noises. And we have to flush the creature with toxic waste. So basically, just like the tentacle in Half-Life 1. We first have to turn on the pump and we have to traverse through this section filled with boxes. After we do that, we arrive at the control room and it causes the compactor to start. And the compactor somehow kills me even though I am inside. After we do that, we can now find a vent, where once we drop into the dirty water, we can turn on the gearbox pump. Get it? Get it? Gearbox? Like the company? Also, I died here, because I forgot that maybe if you use electricity in water, you can, like, die. After rising up to the top again, now we have to turn on a valve. Get it? Valve? Like the company? So we flip the switch on the steam valve.
Oh, that's why they call it that.
Oh, I get it. Steam, like the game storefront. And then we have to spin the pressure valve. Get it? Pressure Oh, I have no punchline for this joke. Anyways, we flush the toxic waste, which slowly kills the pit worm. It literally burns in front of our eyes. Well, good that I won't have nightmares of that. We then can finally go and turn on a bridge to get to the other side. And then we go to the sewers, where we kill more aliens and climb up some more with the barnacle. And then we get to go outside once again. Boy, I sure hope no black ops appear here. They of course appear, so a shootout begins. But I kill them using bombs. Then a different Black Ops person tries to kill me with a sentry, but I shoot the explosive behind them and then kill them immediately. Anyways, we are now in a building where 2 HGCU grunts are hiding because Black Ops has surrounded this place all over. There are so many snipers that if they move 1 inch they will basically become JFK. No, Mr. President, get down! But Adrian is a beast, so he kills most of the Black Ops. He also gets the sniper rifle here. Yay! We then have to be careful since there are bombs everywhere. I go full on sniper mode on them and kill most of them. Some of these grunts are dumb as rocks. Like they just walk to gunfire and don't shoot at them immediately. Like what the heck? We then see shock troopers and Black Ops fight each other in this garage area. I then find this ladder leading down and then we have to walk through this sewer section. Look, a skeleton! We have a large Voltigore infestation here. Literally, there are so many Voltigore here. These guys are so annoying. I hate them. After killing all of them, oh yeah, Adrian also pets the spore launcher. Anyways, we arrive here where there are so many pit drones, but thankfully pit drones cannot walk on small platforms. Look at how many pit drones are here. They just keep on spawning. I quickly go and hide in the sewer section. And oh my god, another Voltigore. After walking around, we find an infant Voltigore, which we killed. After a while, we find a ladder. And there are some soldiers above a grate who open it for us. I think we might be close to the end. I hope not. The squad tells us there is a standoff near the dam, and they need help because there are loads of shock troopers. So we do our American duty and start attacking these aliens. One of the soldiers kills our medic for no reason. After killing most of the shock troopers, we go on our way to the dam, where we see a gargantua killing HCCU. How are we going to get to the other side, I hear you asking? What? Wait, hold up, the G-Man is there. I wonder what happens if I do oh, nothing happens. We use the barnacle to get to the other side. He burns us a little bit, but we survive that attack. Then shock troopers appear and try to kill us. We then have to press this detonator to explode this gargantua. When we explode the gargantua, the bridge breaks and an open pipe is exposed. When we walk into the pipe, it breaks and we are now being pushed downstream. We find a broken vent and go outside. We then meet some more HCCU grunts, who tell us we have to fight our way out. This is a true battle. We start killing the Black Ops soldiers and oh, we already killed most of them. Yeah. We then arrive at the sandy area, where a building has been bombed to hell. And then out of nowhere a bomb explodes next to us. Turns out there is one Black Ops soldier who is using a cannon to fire at us. After we kill the shock troopers who also want us dead, we go and kill the Black Ops soldier. I try and climb up to use the cannon, but I'm not allowed. Then we go inside of a building, and we find another radio where the grunt tells us that they are pinned down and they need our help. And they will open up a bunker door for us, which is pretty nice. When we go outside, we find more Black Ops soldiers. After going to the bunker, we see that the grunts who opened the bunker for us were killed by them. Rip grunts, you were the real ones. We then have to walk next to pipes, and we arrive at the stairway where Black Ops are trying to kill us again. We go up and find the cannon, which we can fire, yay! We fire at some boards, and then we use it to open a storage facility, using its wonky controls. Oh yeah, and the facility has some shock troopers, of course, yay! Oh, and the Voltigore. We then go to the door next to the storage facility, and then find another Voltigore, who gets stuck between the door. Oh yeah, did I mention that the Black Ops also have helicopters now? No? Oh well. I use my rockets to try and shoot her down, but I miss my last rocket. So I go inside of this building and kill a shock trooper there and pick up some health. We then shoot that damn helicopter down, finally at peace. We then go and turn off this electricity. This is like the 5th time we had to do that. Anyways, we walk on an electrical rope and jump through an open vent inside of this parking garage. There are some more pit drones and shock troopers, which we kill. We then see a Voltigore, who gets killed by the Black Ops. We kill this one Black Ops soldier who is literally just walking, and then we kill the other ones. We find Otis here in a vent, and he tells us to not shoot him because he knows a secret. While he was sitting here,
Been hiding up here listening. These Black Ops have some sort of bomb. I think they're planning on blowing up the base. Now why do you think they would do such a thing?
he overheard the Black Ops talking about a bomb, and he correctly guesses that the Black Ops are trying to blow up the base as a final Hail Mary to try and silence the science team. And also the rest of the people here. They don't matter. We snipe a Black Ops soldier and then kill another one. We then try to walk into this location, but Barney won't open the door for us because the bomb needs to be disarmed. So we go and see one Black Ops soldier arming the bomb. We kill both of them and then disarm the bomb. Guys, we did it. We disarmed the bomb, guys. Guys, the game's over. Barney opens the door for us and wait a minute, the G-Man is arming the bomb! We try and go back to disarm it, but he closed the gate, so we just have to bite the bullet and go down. This section is filled with Black Ops, and it was pretty hard for me since I was low on health, and I suck at FPS games, even though those are my favorite types of games. Yeah. After managing to kill some of them, I see this conveyor belt, which is the perfect cover. Also, the spore launcher eats spores to reload. Neat. Anyways, I kill a camper who is sitting there with their turret, and then I have to use the turret to protect myself from more Black Ops. I swear the word Black Ops is losing all meaning to me slowly. I climb above the turret building and ambush a Black Ops soldier. I then go to another storage area where I kill all of the Black Ops. For a guy that's only 22 years old, this man sure knows how to kill. We then see some more Race X vs Black Ops fights. And I have the high ground, so I am not that easy to hit. Yeah, I killed all of them. After I kill most of them, Barney opens the door for us, and he tells us that something is coming through a portal. Oh no, not another Nihilymph. So we heal ourselves and pick up all of the ammo and health items. And we get ready for the end battle. We get on this platform and go down. When we arrive, we notice that we are being pushed by something, and that the sprites are leading us somewhere. When we arrive, we see a purple portal, and we go near. The screen starts flashing purple, so we climb a rope and then use a sentry. And we see it. This is the Gene Worm, the big bad of the Race X. We start shooting it in its eyes, and it shoots toxic waste at us. It also starts breaking stuff. When we shoot out both of its eyes, it opens its stomach to reveal a purple orb, which then turns into one of those teleporting orbs. It spawns in a shock trooper. We then have to shoot its eye out again. While we are doing this, a shock trooper is trying to kill us, and then the annoying alien spawns in another one. You could have picked anything, but no, you picked the shock trooper. Seriously? I start sniping out its eye, but it has no effect. Only the lasers can do damage, so I quickly have to go to the other side because the bridge has been destroyed by the alien. We continue shooting and kill another shock trooper. Now we are at the final stage. We shoot its right eye and then we quickly run to the healing pool. After healing up, we are ready to finally shoot it dead. We use a barnacle to get to the other side since the ladder is broken, and we shoot its eye one last time. And then we shoot its purple orb one last time. And then it starts fading away and everything starts to glow. Oh, and oh god, no. Oh god.
So, Corporal Shepard, we meet at last. Please don't think that I've been avoiding you. A great many matters require my attention in these troubled times.
We wake up and we come face to face with the G-Man, again. He apologizes for avoiding us and tells us it's because he was busy. I wonder with who. And he tells us he can't close his report without tying up loose ends. And he tells us that Black Mesa was a large loose end, but it's been taken care of. And then we get blasted by a white light. The bomb went off. We then get teleported to Zen, where he tells us that he has a fascination with people who adapt and survive against all odds. Hey, that's me!
They rather remind me of myself.
Oh. He then tells us that he decided to preserve us for the time being, and he tells us that we are not being hired because the employers do not trust us, so he has to send us into stasis. But this isn't like how Gordon's stasis is, since Gordon was actually hired, while we were not. He then walks away into a portal and disappears forever. If only the drill instructors could see me now. So that was Opposing Force, made by Gearbox. The game has some flaws like getting stuck for no reason, but it still is a good game. So let's do a quick recap of the storyline. We are Adrian Shepard, 20 years young and a corporal. We were bumped to the top of the list by, I believe, the G-Man to see our capabilities. While we are arriving at Black Mesa, things go wrong, of course, so then we have to try and find the Freeman and hunt him down. When we don't manage that, we decide to pull out and evacuate, but before we can do that, the G-Man shuts the door, so that we have to stay here longer. We then try to get out of Black Mesa, but then we find out that the Black Ops are also here to silence us. Basically to make sure not even the grunts can talk about what happened in Black Mesa. And during this, another alien race appears called Race X, after Gordon goes into the teleporter. As a last-ditch effort, the Black Ops decide to arm a bomb to make sure that not one single person survives this disaster. Luckily, some manage to escape and Adrian disarms the bomb, just in time. Just for the G-Man to arm the bomb again. We then have to kill a large alien from Race X called the Gene Worm to stop them from causing even more chaos. The G-Man then swoops in and saves us just to tell us, lol, detained. And then he teleports away. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is basically a sequel to the Half-Life video. I promise I won't only make Valve content. I can make different content. But yeah, thanks to the people who liked and subscribed. This video took so long. Like, oh my god.
I am a Martian from outer space. I've come to destroy your human race. You cannot run and you cannot hide. Our vast technology can make you easy to find. And here's my laser gun, you better watch out for my laser gun, oh yeah. And here's my laser gun, you better watch out for my laser gun, oh yeah. And here's my laser gun, you better watch out for my laser gun, oh yeah. And here's my laser gun, bang, 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 bang. I am a Martian, a UFO, and I can fly it, both high and low. It seems that your time has come to an end, so say goodbye.